I'm tired of being a woman. I'm told to love who I am, but how can I do that with regards to where women stand in today's society? I hate knowing that I'll be included in the group that earns 50 to 80% of what we deserve. I'm tired of my gender not being chosen because I am viewed as physically and emotionally weaker. I am disgusted by the jokes about violence made against us, when 1 in 5 women have experienced rape and 1 in 3 will have fallen victim to physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. I am only 15, but I have experienced a wide range of discrimination against my gender, from microaggressions to objectification. However, what I have experienced is merely a small fraction of what other women have to struggle with. How can we, as individuals and as a community, come together to help fix the schism between genders? Why are women seen as a burden instead of an asset to the community? We must fix this misunderstanding of what sexism truly means, because without doing that, we cannot get to the root of this issue and solve it. Discrimination not only varies with genders, but with different complex identities composed of overlapping forms of institutional oppression. This is a term called intersectionality, first coined by Kimberly Williams Crenshaw. At a TED Woman in 2014, Crenshaw talks about Emma Jaffrey, an African-American woman who sued a company for not hiring her due to her race and her gender. Of course, this case was marginalized by the court because they saw that they hired both African-Americans and women. However, what they did not see is that they didn't hire both. This is called injustice squared. And Emma was at a crossroads because she not only faced discrimination for being a woman or for being African American, but for being an African American woman. It is vital to understand that these complex identities cannot be broken down into isolated categories because they are not treated as such. Men. Men are seen as the sole aggressors to the gender equality movement. However, this is a large misconception, as gender equality affects men in every aspect of their lives. The term toxic masculinity is on the rise due to more light being shed on men's mental health. A so-called suicide epidemic among men has men committing suicide at 3 times the rate of women. This is largely to do with societal pressures to act manly, meaning to conceal your feelings instead of confiding with someone, and to be dominant over women. However, these immense pressures can lead to anger, violence, and later mental health issues. As the social paradigm is changing and progressing, we are starting to see the bigger picture of sexism and how to truly solve it. There are 3 steps to this process: commitment, education, and action. You, yes you, and I must commit ourselves to stopping sexism. We must educate ourselves, as it is vital to understand the depth of this issue and who it affects. A wonderful organization called the He for She, founded by UN Women, states that support is needed from everybody, especially men. Men. Women should not have to carry the burden of fighting to be equally as human as you on their shoulders. You need to support women. You must support women, whether it be a politician, your coworker, or your wife. This support will amplify her voice. And women, you need to understand that men should not be held to these unhealthy standards. That it is unfair and unjust to hold them to these standards. And you must not villainize them for their sex, but break these harmful stereotypes. Lastly, I call everybody, yes, every single person in this room, in this country, in this world. I call everybody to understand the unique struggles that everybody has with their individual identities. Be vocal and use your social advantage to talk about these issues, because even though they may not impact you, they impact everybody. They impact other people in every single aspect of their lives. As Michael Kimmel, an expert in sociology and gender studies, explains, eradicating sexism helps. Stopping sexism not only improves relationships with your kids and with your spouse, but it also helps you lead a healthier lifestyle, both mentally and physically. So we must come together and support to stop this issue, because we are stronger together than we are divided. As a resilient woman, Malala Yousafzai once said, how can we all succeed when half of us are held back? So be smart. Use your voice, your social advantage, and your common sense to help not just women, but human race in general succeed. Thank you.